Minister Dominique Alexander, the rep for the Karmelo Anthony family, and the president for the Next Generation Action Network, has broken his silence.
This was not an attack on him, but we felt it was very disrespectful on how he came about it and how we, even before you even knew it was a thing, we were asking him repeatedly to leave. And literally, he wouldn't even talk. He wouldn't even say anything. He felt like he could just stand.
Yes, I don't know why this guy is doing this. He's making the situation worse. Minister Dominique, who is representing Karmelo Anthony, says he kicked Austin's father out of the press conference because he didn't know if he would pull out a weapon. Oh, the irony. I don't know if he must do this podcast. Just imagine this. Something happened to your son, and instead, the other people on the other side are going everywhere doing podcasts talking like this. How will you feel? Because when I look at the whole situation, like, it disturbed me a lot. It gave me irritated when I see this guy. I don't know why.
And Minister Dominique Alexander, the rep for the Karmelo Anthony family, and the president for the Next Generation Action Network, has broken his silence. And he's clearing up a lot of misinformation. And of course, me, I'm all here for it. And so, what I got from part of the interview that he gave was that Jeffrey Metcalf was absolutely not supposed to be there. He had no right to be there, on top of the fact that it was at a private facility in which it was only held for the Karmelo Anthony family and the press, not Jeff Metcalf. A lot of people are going to be mad. They're going to say, oh, he had every right to be there. He absolutely did not. I'm going to put a clip up from that interview. Y'all be the judge of it.
For the Anthony family. About 11 a.m. was where the press conference was actually supposed to start, right? About 10 a.m., because of the threats that we were receiving, not only against the Anthony family's life, my life, the threats we were getting towards the organization, Dallas Police Department were placed outside of the facility about 10 a.m. That was even before any press got here, anybody got here. Even our own security staff even got here. There were 2 plainclothes intelligence officers from DPD placed inside of the building. When Jeffrey Metcalf walked through the building, he walked past 2 plainclothes DPD officers. We didn't call the police on him. They were already here. We heard so many different gossip bloggers, YouTube, TikTok, Fox News, all of these people talking about, how could you be insensitive to the father? How could you tell him to leave? He's a victim. He's this, he's that. What you're missing, this press conference was not organized by him. This press conference wasn't about him. This press conference didn't invite him. It's a private facility. And yet, at the end of the day, it's a criminal case, y'all. It's literally inappropriate, not only ethically, but it's inappropriate for that family to interact. And we don't know what we don't know. And at the end of the day, I have to ensure that the safety of all of the parties are intact.
Yes, in as much as people are struggling to stop talking about this guy is instigating this the more. I don't know if he must justify this. There is no justifications of this. They say he wants to clear off all the misinfo on social media. There is a way to handle this. This man, son, is not alive. You cannot just behave to him that way. Do it in a very nice way. Everybody saw the videos. He was kicked out. Yeah, that is how I'll say it. So struggling to tell me something contrary to that is crazy. I don't know. He was not invited, yes, but you could still handle it in a different way. This guy, the way he spoke that day, clearly tells you a different story. You feel different. Now, struggling to see justify, I don't know why.
Don't know what we don't know. And at the end of the day, I have to ensure that the safety of all of the parties are intact. Just someone showing up at our press conference, we can't just have that. We don't know what it is. But this whole notion that we just went after him and attacked him and just had this vendetta against this father who has lost his child. Look, I've lost a child. I'm 1 year later after burying my own son. I understand that pain, right? But here's the thing. We didn't even know who he was. That's the crazy part. All of these gossip bloggers and different people rush to do videos and do this. And I really don't care about what no one says about me. I really don't. I don't care about the racists who want to say things about Dominique and say something about my past. I really, quite frankly, don't. If you personally know me, you know your attacks towards me only do one thing: boost my ego, right? These false narratives that came out about how they were using their fund. That's it. It was talking about Karmelo's school, whether he'll be able to graduate. It was talking about the threats to their home. It had nothing to do with the particulars of the actual case. What went under the tent? What did this on this rainy day? What's this? What's that? It has nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with what the Anthony family, the mom, the dad, the siblings were experiencing. And so, yes, we asked for him to be removed, not only for just our safety, but also his safety too as well. We don't know what we don't know. And at the end of the day, what do? Wait until something happens and then stand in front of a camera and say, man, I'm sorry. I hired 12 people to be on the security that day. But when it came to security, I didn't let them secure. I didn't let them do their job. That's what I'm supposed to do? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. This was not an attack on him, but we felt it was very disrespectful on how he came about it and how we, even before you even knew it was a thing, we were asking him repeatedly to leave. And literally, he wouldn't even talk. He wouldn't even say anything. He felt like he could just stand there. That's not right. It was very upsetting to me. It's not right. Because if you're coming here I heard somebody say he was coming there for prayer. He was coming there to come and hug. Well, that wasn't the spirit that we got. There were more than 12, 15 people. Even the media came and approached him. Even DPD plainclothes officers approached him before the uniformed officers even arrived.
Yes, a sane person would not talk like this. Oh, I don't care about what people talk about me. I don't do this. I don't do that. You should care. Yeah, you have a past and you are representing someone. Know that your reputations will be out there. People will say things, bring out the reality about you. If you're coming here to justify why this father was kicked out, to me it's not necessary. It has been done. Everybody saw what happened. Whatever narrative you are struggling to spread here, nobody will believe it. Yeah, that is just what I'm thinking and what I know. I understand how the media operate. Don't even do these justifications. Allow people to be calm. Everybody fared differently. You just lost your son. This is happening. You have not been allowed to. I'm just believing that yeah, he was not allowed in that place. The manner in which these people were supposed to handle it could have been different. There is something he said here. They didn't know who he was, things like that. I don't get it. I still don't believe this. Yeah. They knew who this father was. Yeah. At the end of the day, we are going to observe, witness what exactly will happen. Yeah. If you love what I'm doing here, please share the video. I just wanted to show you what exactly is going on. Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly.
Accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense, because if you are afraid the day before, well, you have to take a to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teachers. School teachers, let's bring these kids in here and resolve this issue. It's called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case, because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
Followers for anything, and then the
Registration Act is
talking about this man,
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
first term, and you will be very.
Somebody has to say it, so let me be crystal clear.